What's up guys, J-Man here. So right now I'm currently in the process of writing a new video that's going to be the first of a whole series of a new section on my channel, and it's taking a little longer than anticipated, so I figure for the time being I'll just make a few personal videos about myself and who I am and the reason for my channel, just so you don't think I'm just some poor schmuck on the internet who makes videos for a hobby. I mean, I am, but, you know, besides the point. So, just so you know who I am, my real name is Joseph. My friends call me Joe, hence the J. I know, real original, right? And for as long as I've known, I actually always wanted to be an actor for most of my life. So I started out doing plenty of stuff on stage and stuff, but unfortunately, as it went on, my parents mistakenly thought that doing plays and stuff during the school year was interfering with my grades, which it technically wasn't, because, you know, I was always a bad student. But so I was technically restricted to only doing summer musicals. So I couldn't act at all during the school year, not even take drama in high school or anything, so I mostly just sang all through high school. I was in the top choir group in high school. We went all around the Bay Area caroling in December, and we traveled the world in the springtime and stuff. It was a really good group. So because of that experience, I was able to travel to like 11 or 12 countries in my life. But as high school went on, I realized that I wanted to take a little more interest in filmmaking, especially writing and directing. So I wrote a whole bunch of full-length, feature-length screenplays on my laptop. I still have most of them, and I'm pretty sure most of them suck, but, you know, whatever. And I wanted to go to Foothill College after I graduated high school, because it's literally conveniently right where I grew up in Los Altos. But unfortunately, they didn't have a film program, so I had no choice but to attend the next closest college that did have a film program. It ended up being De Anza College in Cupertino, which I'm pretty sure is one of the same colleges that director Len Wiseman attended. So I took a bunch of film classes there. I took a bunch of screenwriting classes, I took a directing class, I took obviously an intro to film class, and I also took a class about sci-fi movies from the 50s to 2003. Just a bunch of weird movies that came out during that time period. And then eventually I had the idea that I wanted to do a video review about the movie The Dark Knight, and just how I thought it was kind of overrated. You know, good, but overrated. And my friend Norman, who I literally grew up with, I did my very first play with him, and he and I have just been practically brothers ever since. He had the idea to do a video review for the movie After Earth, and how he kind of thought that movie was severely underrated. So I kind of had this idea in my mind that I presented to him. I told him that maybe we can combine these two ideas together to basically make our own show out of it, which ended up being The Over-Underraters, which is available on my other channel, Dragon Farm Productions. And I swear, as soon as I brought up this idea to him, his eyes widened and I could practically see the light bulb going up over his head. He immediately said, The Over-Underraters, I like this idea. So he and I had lunch one day to discuss ideas for the show, and the rest, as they say, is history. And then he started his own individual YouTube channel, basically about doing movie reviews and stuff. And by the way, check out his channel, he's got some great stuff on there. And he started actively calling himself The Norm on his channel, so I figured for my own individual channel it would only make sense if I call myself J-Man, so, you know, the name stuck, basically. And the first video I ever did on my channel, it's no longer up anymore, but the very first video I ever did was for a segment that I tried to get started, but just basically ended up going nowhere. It was for a segment that I was going to call Things They Got Right. It was basically a segment where I take these famously bad movies and try to pick out anything at all that I actually enjoy about it, no matter how small or trivial it is. The very first movie that I ever talked about in that video was Batman and Robin. I looked for anything at all that I actually enjoyed about it. Of course, the video's taken down because first of all, it was my very first video, and I just kind of cringed watching it. And I also kind of realized that the stuff that I talk about in there, I basically no longer agree with, so I just... Now, basically, the reason that I started my channel is because for as long as I can remember, I've always seen the world differently than everyone else. So making my channel was kind of my way, in a sense, to not feel so alone, I guess. I mean, I don't want any pity or anything, but that's just how I was, I guess. So I basically wanted to share my perspective and the things that I might know, and just maybe see if anyone agrees, maybe kind of be the voice of anyone who also feels the same, I guess. But then it kind of evolved from that into kind of challenging people's point of views, which is why whenever I upload a video, don't get me wrong, I'm always grateful that I get likes on any video that I post. At the same time, though, I'm also really glad that I get dislikes on my video, because that, in that sense, I feel like I'm challenging people's point of view. You know, I'm giving them something that they're not used to. Unless they're disliking it for the format of the video itself, which, you know, fuck them. But so yeah, I just want to share my perspective and just do just that. Just, you know, give something people to think about, maybe make them go, huh, I never realized that before, you know. So that's kind of why I started my channel, and that's why I hope to get both likes and dislikes on my any video that I post. And also, even if I get hate comments or whatever, I enjoy getting those too. You know, I just want to have discussions with people. I want to, you know, maybe have my mind changed on stuff. Maybe they can share their individual perspective on things. So that's basically the reason why I started this channel. I love talking about movies in general, and I just always, I just want to try to enlighten people, if anything. Maybe they may not agree with everything that I say, which I'm completely fine with, you know. I just want to give them something to think about more than anything. So thank you, everyone, for all your support and all the views and all the likes and dislikes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So I'm thinking that for my next video, if I don't finish writing my new series of videos, then I'm thinking of doing a couple more videos where I talk about the movies that I love but everyone else hates, and then another video about basically vice versa. So see you guys there, and of course, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to the J-Man. Peace out.